Here's something strange about money. The best investor in your life probably isn't the smartest person you know, and the person who earns the most isn't always the one who ends up wealthy. Weird, right? Turns out doing well with money has almost nothing to do with how much you know. It has everything to do with how you behave. You can fail with a finance degree, and you can win with none, because money isn't a math problem, it's a people problem. So today, forget the spreadsheets, we're going into your head. 7 lessons about the psychology of money, the way you actually think about it. And number 5 is the one that quietly runs almost everyone's life without them ever noticing. Let's get into it. Lesson 1. No one is crazy. Ever watch someone do something ridiculous with money? Blow a paycheck, buy lottery tickets, refuse to touch the stock market? Easy to call it stupid. But here's the thing. Everybody's making decisions based on their own story. The years they were born, what their family taught them, what the economy did while they were growing up. Someone who watched their parents lose everything in a crash is going to see risk completely differently than someone who only ever saw markets go up. Neither one is crazy. They're just playing different games shaped by different lives. Why does this matter for you? Because once you stop judging everyone else's money moves, you can start noticing your own, the fears you never chose, the habits you inherited. That's where real change starts. Lesson 2. Luck and risk are the twins nobody wants to talk about. Every outcome in money is guided by forces other than personal effort, every single one. The person who got rich, some of it was skill, and some of it, more than they'll admit, was timing. Being in the right place, the right year, the right lucky break. And the person who worked just as hard and didn't make it, often just the other side of that same coin. Risk. The break that didn't come. Here's why this one's so useful. Be careful who you praise and careful who you judge, including yourself. When things go great, you're never as much of a genius as you feel. And when they go badly, you're never as much of a failure. So focus less on specific people and more on patterns. Copy the habits, not the lottery ticket. Lesson 3. Know what enough means. This one's quiet, but it's everything. There's a story about 2 writers at a billionaire's party. One turns to the other and says, "That guy made more money today than you'll ever earn from your best-selling book." And the other replies, "Yeah, but I have something he'll never have. Enough." That word, enough. The hardest financial skill isn't earning more, it's knowing when to stop moving the goalpost. Because for a lot of people, the number is always just a little more, and just a little more has no finish line. The saddest way to lose is to risk something you need, chasing something you don't. Reputation, freedom, family, peace. There's no salary worth those. Enough isn't giving up. Enough is knowing that more isn't always the answer. Lesson 4. The real magic is compounding, and it's counterintuitive on purpose. You've heard compounding explained 100 times, so here's the part people actually miss. The results feel wrong. They feel too big for the effort. Think of it like this. If I told you the biggest fortune in history came mostly from decades of steady, boring, unremarkable returns, you'd be a little disappointed. You want the exciting answer, the genius trade. But that's the trick. Compounding doesn't reward brilliance. It rewards time. It rewards not touching the thing. The average return, left alone for a very long time, quietly beats the spectacular return that gets interrupted. Ordinary, sustained, for years and years, that's the whole secret. It's just that be patient for 30 years doesn't fit on a highlight reel. Lesson 5. This is the one I promised. Getting money and keeping money are 2 completely different skills. Getting money takes taking risks, being optimistic, putting yourself out there. Keeping money, the opposite. It takes humility. A little bit of fear that what you made could be taken away just as fast. Here's the trap nobody sees coming. The exact confidence that helps you make money is the thing that makes you lose it. You start to think you're untouchable. You stop respecting the risk. And that's usually right before it all comes undone. So what actually keeps people wealthy? One word: survival. Not the biggest returns, not the boldest bets. Just staying in the game long enough for compounding to do its work. Being unburied when everyone else gets wiped out. The people who win long-term are rarely the flashiest. They're the ones who never had to start over. Play so you can keep playing. That's the whole game. Lesson 6. Everything has a price, but the price isn't always on a tag. Say you want the reward of the market over time. Great. The price of that reward is volatility, fear, watching your account drop and not running away. Most people look at that price and try to avoid paying it. They sell when it's scary. They jump out. They want the return without the ride. But here's the reframe that changes everything. That drop, that stomach-churning, ugly moment, it's not a fine for doing something wrong. It's a fee. It's the admission ticket for the good stuff on the other side. Once you see the ups and downs as the cost of entry, not a punishment, just the price, you can finally sit still. And sitting still, it turns out, is the entire skill. Lesson 7. Beware the moving goalpost and the comparison trap behind it. Modern life runs on comparison, and comparison is a battle you can't win, because there is always someone with more, a bigger house, a newer car, a better-looking life on a screen. The ceiling of rich enough keeps rising the moment you reach it. You get the raise, and the dream just moves up a floor. Here's the freedom hiding in this. You don't actually want more money. You want what you think more money will give you. Respect, security, the freedom to spend your day the way you choose. And that last one, control over your time, is the highest dividend money pays. Being able to wake up and say, I can do what I want today, that's the real wealth. Not the car in the driveway that everyone can see, but the calendar that's yours. So, 7 lessons. Quick recap. No one is crazy. Respect luck and risk. Know what enough is. Trust compounding. Play to survive. Pay the price of admission. And stop chasing a goalpost that keeps moving. Notice something? Not one of these was about picking a stock or a secret formula. Every single one was about behavior, about how you think. That's the whole point. You don't need to be a genius with money. You need to master a few emotions and not sabotage yourself. Do that, and you're already ahead of people who earn twice what you do. If this gave you something to think about, subscribe. Every week we break down how money actually works. Real ideas, no fluff. And the video on your screen right now breaks down the 7 money rules that turn all of this into action. Go watch it. See you in the next one.